with a boot. You've got to come in at that point.
And I walked
all this stuff about a boot and a skylight. Trevor, we're pre-recording the show, and I'm very tempted. Matthew, are you tempted to just strike this rubbish from the record?
Just restart.
We could just restart
the whole good beginning.
It has. I don't feel like being in radio anymore. Having to say, what happens then? Come on in, you unbuttoned your show to the waist.
I'm not going to tell you.
What do you do?
Fit with the boot story.
It's nothing to do with the boot.
I've been summoned in to explain.
And you had a birthmark in the shape of that boot, and that boot sometimes comes into your bedroom at night and peers at you with its little booty eyes.
Was it that boot, Trevor, that interrupted you in your little pod? Was it that boot that sprayed warm jets on you? What is this phantom boot that haunts you everywhere you go?
You've got ADHD, you have.
I'm not, Trevor, not being able to attend to your tedious, long, meandering anecdotes is not a sign of a mind that wanders.
There's jeopardy. Will I get back on my philosophy?
Oh, what will happen to Trevor?
God.
I'll tell you what, let's give the answer at the end of the show. Let's really string this right. This is a real cliffhanger. What happened to Trevor? Will the boot return? Perhaps a boot will come through the studio roof here at 6 Music. Will the boot live again? Trevor, what happens? You're walking down with your shirt undone, like the Lothario I've always known you to be.
It's a tribunal in front of the peers, the people that run the university.
Trevor, you're wasting this on the radio because this could be a screenplay. Someone's
a tribunal. Brilliant, isn't it?
What, the tribunal scene, you know.
Oh, the tribunal scene, that's where it really kicked off.
Crux.
That could be beautiful. Go on, what happens next? You're at the tribunal.
So I went in there and I forgot that I'd unbuttoned my shirt and I went in there with my stomach and chest hanging out.
I've seen that, that's an ugly sight.
Well, you know, it was all out like
hanging out. Trevor's got sort of a lot of
flags.
fleshy
flags.
His great ridiculous udders. Weeping and seeping.
Come on, you first-year philosophy student.
I'm not going to talk over you, am I? So, I walk in, and then she says, please, can you do your shirt up? And I thought it was just, I had the top button undone, and I just went, I went like that, I went, I
Don't
did
try
it up.
to absorb what my snoring into your story. Yeah, I did see that.
Hey,
he's good.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, that's good. It's good you snored there, because I bloody well snored as well. I snored at the authorities. Take this snore right in the eye, Jack.
So what I did, I went, thinking it was just the top one. And
like Matt did. That's convenient.
It does the noises. Because you don't need words, then.
No.
And then I did that one.
Oh, yeah.
And I did
Done
that
up
one.
more, yeah.
And I just had to do them all up, and I realised what I'd done.
Trevor, is this an anecdote?
And then a boot came through the ceiling, and it said the end on it.
It played panpipes, that boot, had a kazoo. Trevor, that was an anecdote about a man buttoning up a shirt after a skylight got damaged.
It was
That's
about
what it was.
who put his career, his degree on the line, and I never grassed him up. He never owned up. He never owned up. This man, he never owned up.
Brilliant, isn't it?
To this day.
Reminds me of Apocalypse Now. Well. It's a really good. How many levels would you filter that story out, Matthew? Do you know what I mean? Like, if I was thinking, oh, which story shall I tell? Like that, I'd think, oh, it's boring because of the boot, it's boring because of the skylight, it's boring because of the punk rocker girl. Just like there'd be no point.
No
I think there's no ending. What's the highlight?
If we're all mature about it, you shouldn't have been up on that roof.
You shouldn't have been on the roof, Trevor.
It could have been your boot.
Could have been your boot. You could have been the girl underneath studying.
You probably were.
You probably were, wouldn't you? Let's have a look at what Trevor's wearing. It's a thigh-high boot, everybody! The mystery is solved.
Meaning.
Thank heavens we've found meaning in life. Okay, let's have a listen to, I don't know, the Doors! Touch me, let's listen to the Doors. Those guys. Oh, Trevor, I don't think they'd have liked hanging around with you. I think Ray Manzarek would have took one look at you and gone, blimey, look at that guy's boot. Head for the hills, Jim. Jim, put down your pipe and run. London Tonight. That was London Tonight by the Doors. Matt childishly goes, this is the same as London Tonight. London Tonight.
It is exactly the same. Those last three notes are
Come on, here's the weather. Alistair Stewart. Here's Andrew Sachs. He's Poirot's brother. Okay. I'm not going because I'm on the phone. I'm eating cherries like a yob. You alright, Noel?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I can't hear you properly. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, where are you, in the country?
Well, we'll loosely call it the country. We call it the glorified suburbs, I think.
Glorified suburbs. You happy there?
Yeah, as happy as one can be in this disgraceful weather we're having.
It's horrible, isn't it? I tried to have a barbecue earlier today. It was an absolute farce.
Yeah, no, I don't like it when it's too hot because I can't. I mean, it's all right for the likes of you because you can bust out the speedos and the flip-flops and the vest.
I was wearing exactly that.
Because you come under the umbrella of quirky dresses, whereas I need respect from the terraces. You see.
Listen, there's no one who gets more respect from the terraces. When I'm at Upton Park, like, I'm something of a folk hero at the bowling ground, whereas you, well, you're a risible character to them poor fellas in Sky Blue.
I have to adhere to a strict fashion code of jeans, trainers, and, if at all possible, coat, and most times.
That must be restrictive.
It's not good for me.
Why do you have to do that? No.
That's true.
Because I'm quite insecure about my masculinity, I thought.
Really?
I just think you are, because you come across really, really dainty and feminine.
Is that right, Sarah?
Now, listen here. So, we want to talk about, we've been talking about getting in trouble and stuff like that. We've told a story. Have you,
Well,
been
you've come to the right person here, haven't you?
Yeah, we thought so. We told a story about when me and Matt used to work on a television programme and me dry retching off a van roof and being all off my head drinking gin in the morning. It's quite a good story. Trevor told the longest, most boring story about a boot going through a skylight. It took about half hour. Absolute tedium. Have you got a story about getting in trouble, Noel?
Mine's usually to do with my mouth, though. I'm not really one for getting into physical trouble. Apart from football matches years ago when I was a young man.
Yeah.
My mouth generally gets me into trouble, usually about the old Persians.
Yeah, the Persian rugs, of course.
Yeah.
Kissing.
But, what's my last gaff?
Your last gaff, or the last time you talked yourself into trouble?
The last time I talked to myself...
Yeah, and also, let's not forget that you are a convicted criminal. So, that's...
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget you're a raging pervert.
How dare you! I'm a young man with a healthy appetite for the ladies. There's nothing perverse, Noel, about what goes on in Brand Towers.
You're a convicted pervert.
I've not been convicted.
I haven't caught him yet.
They'll never take me alive. I'll interfere with myself till I die, so as I shall. No, right, I've never actually been around. I'm not a sex criminal. Let's not start putting that sort of thing out into the world. No. Although I was done for that, like when I got arrested at the May Day riots, that was technically indecent exposure, because I was naked, again on top of a van, this time a police van.
What, proper naked?
Yeah, nude, and it was...
Well, sort of proper naked. I mean, you should have seen the size of the thing.
It was
pathetic.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
How long ago was this? Was that like about 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, 2001, I think that happened.
Was you in the mob that got hemmed in on Oxford Street?
Yes,
we were. Actually.
Yeah, we were. That was really boring.
Because I was out shopping that day, and let me tell you this: I'd have leathered everyone in that car, man. I ate May Day riots.
You ate May Day riots?
What's that? I was coming out of London on the train. There was this spotty herb, obviously coming from Oxfordshire.
Yeah.
Mate, and he had a badge on that said "Eat the Rich." So I rolled up my shirt sleeve and I went, "Go on then, Tristan, get a bite of that."
Lovely.
You're married now.
Who, me? I'm not married.
You and Tristan, Matt's implying that led to sort of a sexual relationship, and with your new confession about being insecure about your masculinity, Noel.
No, that was sarcastic, Russell, obviously.
I recognised sarcasm when I heard it. So, yeah, well, I wonder if there's any other anecdotes about you getting in trouble.
Well, no, let me see. I did rob the local corner shop once.
Did you?
Yeah, which, in my stupidity, I thought that the two old ladies that used to run it just went, "You're that geezer from number 14 down the road, what are you doing?"
Right, you robbed a corner shop where you regularly frequented, and it was run by old ladies.
It was run by two old ladies, not too dissimilar to you and David Williams, actually, now I come to think about it.
Oi! I'm Butch sort of a guy, me.
No, you're not. I've seen you when you don't dress like that dandy on the telly.
What do you mean? I've not got an old lady-style costume. I always look relatively dashing.
Well, no, not yet, because your stylist hasn't pulled that one out of the bag yet, actually.
Oh, that's very cold, very cruel. You know perfectly well I've constructed this persona from all my personal experiences. You wandering around through life dressed in a cagoule, spitting. I think if you were given a lolly stick, that would be an improvement upon your style. Oh, Noel Gallagher is taking up a lolly stick. What a dandy, what a fop, what a gent.
So what exactly have you called for, Russell?
Well, just a bit of a chat, really. You know, I do miss you when I don't talk to you. And, like, we're pre-recording the show, so, like, you know, like, at the moment, no one's listening. Don't you? That's not an excuse for you to start effing and blinding.
I was gonna come in with a barrage of but...
Oh, for God's sake! Beep it, we can beep it. We can beep it, we can beep it.
I wonder what he said about...
It'll be really very obvious what it was, Noel. So, okay, now have you got any charming anecdotes about you and your little brother, and perhaps, you know, and your big brother, but probably people prefer the famous one, about you getting in trouble as children?
Well, no,
What are you doing? You sound like you're getting yourself into trouble now. You're interfering with yourself. I know you enjoy these phone calls, Noel, and I'm touched that you do.
No, you're always touching your what would you call it? Your
Dinkle.
Your dinkle while you're chatting away. I don't do that kind of thing. I have someone else to do that for me.
Lovely. Nice to be in a
I
relationship.
can't think off the top of my head. If you would have told me if I had any charming anecdotes, I could have maybe come up with some. But no, like I say, mine's all drug-related and always gobbing off about. And, well, there was a famous... I got in trouble once for saying something quite derogatory about that cat who sings for Blur, but we won't go into that.
Damon Albarn?
That's the fella.
But you didn't mean that when you said it, did you?
Did I? No, of course not.
No.
No, of course not. I just wish that he got a nasty paper cut.
It was PR, wasn't it?
Can I just say that Trevor's helping Russell out here because he's choking on a cherry pip. I think Russell should have to continue this conversation.
I can talk and choke at the same time. I was listening to your anecdote, I was getting into it and that.
It's not really an anecdote, really, though, is it?
No, not really.
Not really.
Your gripe, then.
Well,
What was he saying,
well, yours are far more interesting than mine, because you're kind of a bit... You're a bit more uninhibited than I am.
I suppose so, yeah. I mean, my feeling is, Noel, that you should just share these things, you know, and get them out there, so that there's
You
nothing...
haven't had any callers in, have you?
Huh?
You've not had any people, any people from the general public calling in?
No, because it's a pre-recorded show.
Yes, I know that, but I thought with one of the technology, you might have some squares on your website that...
They're not squares. Our listeners are very cool, not like the yobbos that buy up that trash you've been churning out decade after decade.
I met two of your listeners, and they was squares.
But they were not squares. They was squares.
They was squares.
They ain't squares. They're properly cool. Yeah. Guess what? So we're off to meet Keith Richards. That'll be exciting, won't
Yeah,
it?
well, I bet you can't blag him into doing this gig for the drug addicts, can you?
We'll try, yeah, that's really kind of you to do that on the 2nd of November, Focus 12, Noel Gallagher and me, and some unconfirmed guests
Really
raising
nice
money.
of you to tell me that it was sold out. I only found that out through a fourth party.
So yeah, sold out in 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's really good. There'll be some more tickets for competition winners and stuff like that, and we'll release a few.
Well, now it's sold out in 3 hours. You wait till you receive my extensive rhyme.
Oh, Christ. Oh, blimey. Oh, you're a difficult man.
Axl Rose will have nothing on me.
You're a cold-hearted and uncharitable man, no.
I am, but I could knock a few tunes out on the acoustic, can't I?
You certainly can. There's no one denying that. You've been wonderful. You've been a joy to this whole nation. We embrace you. You're an icon. You're an hero. That's why we tolerate the other side of your personality. You know, the boasting, the bragging.
Oh, no. But anyway, Keith Richards, tell him I said, look, because he thinks I don't like him. He thinks I'm all slagging him off, but I'm not. I think he's a geezer.
All right, that's good. I'll send your love. I'm glad to be a messenger between you and Keith Richards. I'll say, Keith Richards, Noel Gallagher sends his love to you. And to me, the way he was saying it, Keith, it sounded like a sort of gay love. It sounded like he wanted me to kiss you right on the neck, and then I'll loom out the poor frail old sausage and bring about his early demise.
So where are you going then to? Where are you going to?
Cologne.
Oh, it's nice there.
Is it? I've never been.
No, it's
Oh, lovely, and there's our third beep. Hey, Noel, thank you very much. I'll give you a call later to organise seeing you and having a bit of a chat, you know, social-wise.
Social-wise, yeah, man. You're out on tour, aren't you? Are you?
Yeah, no, not really. It's only at weekends and stuff. It's not that much pressure.
Oh, right. You're on the road at weekends?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
A very new age of you.
It's the way I live my life. I'm crazy.
During the week and all.
What?
The rest of us, when we go on tour, we do weekdays as well.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's very charming what you did in the 90s, and we're all thrilled. But things have moved on now.
Unfortunately for me, they have.
Nonsense. We'll never forget you. Never, never. OK, we've got to go to some music now. What are we going to listen to?
Beck.
We're going to listen to Beck. Hey, Noel, thanks, mate. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man.
Right, ta-da, bye.
Bye, Noel.
See ya.
Bye, see ya.
Bye.
See ya.
This is Six Music.
Oh, we've got competition winners in the studio. Hello, come and share my microphone. What is your name? You're Zoe.
Yeah, I am.
And you're Miranda.
Yep.
And you got Trevor Sonic Enigma right last week.
Embarrassingly, yeah.
What was it?
Shiny, happy people.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a particularly
Why is it
ridiculous
embarrassing
one.
to get that right?
Well, why is it
Miranda?
embarrassing?
I thought, to be on Trevor's wavelength is
Yeah.
slightly...
A lot of
It's not
people-
cool to be there, is it?
No.
You've heard the boot story.
We all heard the boot
Look, I am
story.
hypoglycemic.
Philosophical, that was...
Stop going on about hypoglycemia.
Look, I've had a traumatic
There's people who've
experience.
got
I've been-
that and they don't use it every day, like a disabled parking ticket.
Yeah, Trev, stop using this hypoglycemia that ain't even yours to try and get bonuses and benefits from life. Right, Trevor, what would you like Miranda and Zoe to do? I know you often make requests of people that come into the studio, most of them mind-bendingly disgusting. What is it that you wanted to ask from Zoe and Miranda?
Well, not now, when the record's on.
He wants you to get him some food. And probably more
Yes, some
besides
food,
the way
please.
this is
Yeah,
like
we're
a shop.
starving.
We're really hungry. I got trapped in a pod earlier, and I've burnt my hand trying to get it out. I'm traumatised.
It's meant to be a flotation tank. Trevor marched out of it like